I should probably get on it in case they've cleaned up all the stuff. Health, financial, sustainability interest, and it's fun. I get a big kick out of it.
I think of this as a sort of form of activism, a personal way to challenge a system that I believe is unjust.
Dumpster diving is basically finding the bins of a supermarket. There's actually a lot of mostly fruits and vegetables, sometimes things like breads, yogurts that get thrown out because either they passed their use-by date or just they've got new stock in. And sometimes you'll find a big box of apples, all sorts of random things that they just sort of chuck out. I've been doing it for a couple of years. I met some friends at uni who were into it and they showed me how it worked. And I love it. I get a large portion of my food, mostly fresh produce, out of bins and would otherwise go to waste.
I sort of tried it a bit on my own and didn't really know what I was doing. I found the bins and then I was like, oh, do I get in it? Is that what you do? And then I went with a friend and he just sort of jumped in, started scrabbling around, and I don't know, it felt like, I think I sort of needed that precedent, needed to see someone get in and then you sort of realise that it's legit.
I found 300 bars of Lindt chocolate. No kidding you, 300 bars. I took as many home as I could carry, and there were still hundreds. It turned out that a couple of the bars had markings like a mouse had got into them. 2 bars out of 300, so they chucked out boxes of chocolate.
Sometimes it's a pretty social thing. I actually think it's pretty fun, especially when there's more than one person. Recently I went away with friends. We stopped in a little country town and went to one of the Woolworths bins. We fed about 20 people for 3 days on entirely dumpstered veggies. I think it's almost unjustifiable the way that supermarkets act. I think it's disgusting that they would throw away so much food just because they can't make money out of it or because it might damage their brand or whatever. I don't really believe in that sort of free market system. I think we need heavier regulation, and there needs to be different types of bodies that deal with waste and reduce waste. Oh, fuck. My shoe. That's no fun.
Humans are affecting biodiversity, affecting ecosystem balance. We really have a need to be more sustainable and to live more sustainably.
Dumpster diving is one way that I can reduce my living expenses. It's a great way to reduce your own consumption and reduce your own ecological footprint. Sort of realising that living on, I don't know, $100 a week is actually possible. I don't know, it's sort of how I want to live.